Mic check. You're now tuned in with Mike J. You know the host that do the most. How I feel when you got a rapper from the West Coast on the intro. So smooth. Now we can play the instrumental. Black top radio. Where you can come and get your fix. We be talking about your baby mamas or some politics. First station out where you can tune and hear the hottest. Ain't no filters, you hear all of it. You ain't really poppin' yet if you ain't never been a guest. Wait, let me guess, you got on next. Got the airwaves on flex. Boom. Black top, what did you expect? Black top radio. The black top radio. The black top. The black top.
Tonight's conversation is about a very interesting concept to dating. You know, we saw a movie come out not too long ago, right? Entitled, what is it? Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman?
Yes.
Okay. And in this movie, that was what, 2012, I believe? 2012, 2011, 12, 13, something like that. But anyways, in this movie, one person spoke about 90 days. One of the women talked about making a man wait for 90 days. And then cutting him off with some of that good. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's in attempts to make sure that person pays more attention to you versus giving him the cheeks too soon to where now he's only in it for the cheeks. That's what the movie entailed to me. Now, upon further investigation, there are some thriving couples out here who have smashed on the very first date and have literally found love in a hopeless place. Shout out to Rihanna.
Wow.
So the question is, I'm gonna throw up a scenario first. Scenario is, let's start, Erica. Oh, all right. So check this out, Erica. All right. Here's the setting. You know what I'm saying? You have been dating a man for, let's say, 90 plus days, and y'all have yet to smash. You love his personality. You love everything that's he has offered thus far. But then y'all get to the bedroom, and it's horrible trash. Do you be so caught up on the personality that you say, you know what, I can work with this? Or do you say, I waited 90 days for this shit and it's horrible? Oh, I'm out.
I don't know, because I'm such a lover, right? If I've gotten to know a guy at that point and I really like everything about him, we're going to talk this thing out. We're going to learn some things. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw some hints out there. We're going to be watching intense movies, intense porn. Like, I'm going to be dropping hints or straight up sentences that let you know, like, hey, we got to step this up in this area. Like, you get to do it my way or the highway. No, just playing around. But I mean, of course, I think if you really love somebody, you can come from a place of love and teach them how to do it. Like, there's a beautiful song by a man named Miguel called Teach Me. And one of the best things that he says in the song is, everywhere I go and everyone I touch, what I already know is not enough. And no one's taught me quite like you. Following my eyes, searching for the real, knowing that there's not much else. Tell me that you feel what I'm saying. Ooh, I swear you know the very best way to teach me, try me, guide me, babe.
I wish we had some bongos in the background.
I feel like, you got to be able to teach these men how to love you. And a man who loves you is going to do that. Okay. Put in that work.
So in a sense, you would not stray after that whole 90 days of getting involved.
No.
Okay.
You're going to learn how to put that dick down.
Okay. Now, let's reverse this. Mm-hmm. Let's say it's the first night, the first date.
And she was one of those,
I'm weak. let's say it's that first date. Y'all don't really know about each other. You know what I'm saying? But y'all say, you know what? I'm horny. Let's do it. And y'all smashing. It's horrible. Do you go out on another date? And let's say the date was pretty good. Like, it was really good. You know what I'm saying? For first date.
How horrible was it?
It wasn't up to your standards. Let's just put it like that. You were not satisfied at all.
All right.
But y'all had a nice date. And see, the point of this is I just want to see how, because I've seen a lot of women post on social media that, you know, we can get past sex. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about the sex. It's about who you are. But it's all like, right. Go ahead.
My honest answer is this. I ain't going on that second date. His number's out of my phone.
Damn.
Gone. That's what. Sheesh. I could see a woman dating like that. If I was out there like that, like if I was living, you know what I'm saying? Where obviously that's how I get to. Some people build, especially in the 20s, you build your relationships based off sex. So if the sex is whack, of course, that girl, you're like, I ain't calling that girl no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how fine she is. Next thing you know, she walking around confused and insecure. Right. And she don't know it's because, you just gave a boy bad sex. It's not that you need anything else. Just wearing his dream.
Okay. So before I get to worldwide, just as a woman, when you hear the 90-day rule, like ultimately, do we have it wrong? Are you using the 90 days so that he can get to know you versus he can get to know what kind of sex game you running? Is that the real concept of it? I promise you,
the 90-day rule is. I mean, if I'm running a 90-day rule, here's the deal. I hate this. I hate to even call it that because I am one of those people who go with it, go with the flow, go with what feels right. But sometimes you do got to make people wait it out because you like to build up this intensity. So to me, putting the 90 days on it is like it already ruins it because on day 91, you'll be like, you know, like, hey, can we get, you know, like, nah, no, I'm in control of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I feel like women should be able to say it without, like, command it. Don't say it. Like, say it. Just saying it is so whack to me.
Yeah. Because I mean,
days.
It's
damn,
like
girls.
It's like worldwide because it's like for us men, we don't have no 90-day conversations like this. You know, that just lets us know how much power these women got in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they definitely have all the power.
Yes. But I mean, same scenario for you, and just want to see the dynamic man versus women. Like, let's just say first date. Let me set it up for you. So first date, y'all hit it off. Y'all are connecting. It's a really great experience, and then y'all both say, you know what? Let's get it in. But the sex ain't as great as you thought it would be. You're not satisfied. But do you still pursue something more with this person, or do you leave it at the fact that sex was so bad that you say, this ain't gonna work?
Well, I think most of us have probably been in this scenario, and you just chalk it up as a one-night stand type thing,
right?
Like a this is the 90-day scenario, right?
Right.
We waited.
Right.
Yeah. What like Erica was saying, in my 20s, no, it's over. Mm-hmm. It's a wrap. Now.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how horrible.
What part was she horrible at?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Not the whole experience.
I would drop horrible scenarios on the strength of girlfriends.
Correct.
Let's say she's one of those, girl, like every time you touch her, she's, oh my God, like I can't do it with no, freaking.
Yeah. I mean, some people like to have their ego stroked.
Victim.
So like, sometimes some screamers make you feel like you like this shit.
No, straight up.
I used to have a girl that we used to have, we weren't in a relationship, but we used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
And she was a screamer. She was like, but you feel like King Kong in that joint, like, she just.
But screaming because it was uncomfortable. She was in pain. Or screaming because it was like, damn, I feel good. Yeah. Like one of those.
Yeah.
Okay. But a girl screaming like, oh my God.
Can't take it. Oh yeah, stop.
Please.
Oh yeah, those I can't do that.
Ouch.
I can't do those. Like the
ouchie,
stop,
grouchy.
Don't go too far. Wait, chill.
Ooh ee ooh ah ah.
Ching ching. Bing bang. Yeah, I've had a couple of those. Now that
certain positions.
It's a wrap.
That's horrible.
Certain positions.
But that go back to the conversation we had, like in one of the previous episodes. Go back on to the Blacktop TV. Check us out.
Mm-hmm.
When I was talking about, I prefer a woman with a higher body count.
So on that
for
day, you get
stuff
to
like
know.
that.
Right.
You know, if you can't take no dick, it's not gonna be cool for me.
Cause it's crazy. Cause at one point we were, well, I ain't gonna say we, cause I mean everybody's different, but there were a majority of people that was downing having sex on the first date, and it's like, well, I feel like if you're mature about it, you know what I'm saying. I don't see a harm
who
with it.
majority of them people
Well, think
were.
about this,
the
though.
women that I've talked to in my circle, ain't nobody turned down one night stands or doing it on the first night.
But think about it like this, you know, because especially for guys, because we talk to the fellas, you like, yo, she's small,
Yep.
she thick,
Yep.
she got a nice smile, her personality was right. That's everything you get on the first date, and then if you can just add in there and the sex good, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You in.
the head right.
But
You know what I'm
it's,
saying?
it's
Like-
interesting because depending on the woman, like it's not that I gotta double back on my last comment. It's not that if the girls are loose and they're out there having sex with anybody. It's just that we're not turning down sex on the first night. It's just let's say we're trying to stick to some standards, and our standards don't have nothing to do with sex. It's more about let's make sure this guy is here. I want to check some things off the list as I get more emotionally involved. Is it even going to work? Like, first of all, I don't even really want to be having sex with you if I can't really see myself being with you at least 6 months to a year.
So if you do have sex on the
Damn.
first date, it's somebody that you like. He check a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Like this dude, is like.
Not even that. Like I said, the night it could lead to if I'm out there, the night could lead to sex. It would make it more comfortable or more easier. But in the back of your mind, depending on the woman, some people are like, look, I don't know his sex record. I gotta find out. I gotta see who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are so many other factors to the one night stand.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. I psyched myself out of the one night stand. I feel like everybody, has a one night stand story, right? Where you just have sex with somebody that you don't even know. They just look good on paper. They check the box. This is a
I've been
lust
there.
I got a whole clipboard for
situation.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a whole clipboard
This is
for
a
them.
lust situation. I psyched
Don't even
myself out. It was
Remember their
like,
names.
You got an Andy Reid play card
see,
sheet.
nope. Everything was set up perfectly. I wouldn't have to, nobody has to remember this moment, but I just could not bring myself to it. I was like, what if he has AIDS? Like, just what if it's him? Like, I just psyched myself all the way out.
Damn.
All the way out.
Damn.
Condoms are not enough. They're only 89.9. Like, all the way out.
Wow.
Jesus.
I was in the heart. You know what I'm saying? So.
And she didn't even touch on the pregnancy part yet. Jesus
Right,
Christ.
just went straight to the.
AIDS, HIV. I mean, it is a possibility.
But, I mean, yeah, but that just was like certain girls like that are scared emotionally and can't. There's a certain freedom and vulnerability in being able to just have this one night stand and get on with it.
Yeah.
And you still take care of yourself as a person, no matter what.
But outside the 90 days though, if the first night we have to go out to eat, whatever, come home, have sex, that's easier for me because it's like it's easier to transition out because we don't have a relationship yet.
Right.
90 days, we on talk every night. I text you back and forth. How you doing? Beautiful. Sending you DoorDash to your job at lunchtime.
Right.
Doing all this stuff, and then I have bad sex, and it's like I'm in an awkward space. If we go out one time and have sex and it's bad, I'm not in an awkward space. I can easily move along. There is no emotional ties here. I can just.
That's real.
It's like you test drive a car and you're like, oh, this is not the car for me. You go to the next lot and try something else, But the 90 days makes it a little bit.
So
That's tough.
remember that video that you had sent to the chat where, and I've seen it before, the guy was talking about if, y'all are not going to be so pressed for sex in a marriage, why is monogamy pushed so hard?
Oh,
Or,
Duval?
why is marriage,
Yeah.
that, some
The veil,
some guy, and his
His
girl
wife?
was there,
Yeah.
yes. So I kind of understand it, but what are people's ideas of love, right? Like, if you're in love with somebody, to me, I'm like, you should be that person's idea sexually, the fantasy, you know what I mean? Like, you should, almost like that's part of pleasing your partner, right? If you love them, you're willing to do what they
Yeah.
need because you understand the physical need that God has given man and woman, period.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you should not be leaving your husband out here to want that from anybody else. Now, don't nothing keep a man except a man who want to be kept. We all know that. So we're talking about two people who are in love with each other. But what happens when the love goes stale and she ain't really giving it up? And that man is, you know what I'm saying? That
Everything
man
else started looking good.
at some point, exactly. Exactly. Who's in the wrong? And, and we goes back to that 90-day rule versus the first night thing. That's why I say the 90-day rule is almost a means to control them, because it's like if you're gonna hold that out, and let's say you are trash, man or woman, it's trash. You have this psychological tie. Like, well, damn, I done did the investment. Like you said, it's harder for me to get out.
Right.
I could have found this out that you were trash, and that would have been. What are your ideas of love? Are you willing to work with that?
Right. And I mean, it's. I hate the fallacy that if you do give it up on the first date, it's just like, okay, well, we ain't got nothing else to really.
There we go.
We've knocked the ball out the park. We've passed home plate,
Yeah.
so shit,
Now
I ain't going.
Now I can decide if I want to love you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
Our relationship is built off of the back of sex,
which
is okay in some certain situations.
Yeah,
because we're human.
It depends on what you're really into. You know what I'm saying? If you and let's say some people that are into open relationships, you know what I'm saying? Or, some people that believe in polygamy, they just like, okay, well, I mean, this really ain't a harm if we do, go on the first date. But at the same time, if I just hate when people frown upon it to make it seem like, oh, that's very shameful. That's ungodlike. Or for you to sit here and give it up on the first date, because this person could literally take your goods and get out of the way. But most people that say that come from a place of hurt.
Yeah.
That probably had bad sex. We ain't gonna touch on that. But but I mean, I just feel like in this day and age, I don't see shame in going with the flow. Now purposely holding someone for 90 exact days,
right?
That's not fair.
Or to hold them ransom for 90 days, and let's say the woman has a 90-day rule and his sex is whack, to walk out away from that when this man has actually invested in you and kind of proven himself more than a piece of meat.
Right.
That makes you trash because you're manipulative.
No,
that's manipulation. That is 100% manipulation.
Now, the whole bogus part of the 90 days is that the women actually are setting themselves up. Because you're waiting 90 days to get the bullshit that you could have got 90 days ago. So, because let me tell you, let me educate y'all real quick. A real player can wait 170 years for the pussy, all right? Because what happens is, if you have somebody on the side giving you what you need, you can entertain anything. 120 days,
I
4
respect
months,
that.
6 months, because I can get pussy on the side.
We're
even though if I
high-fiving
really
on that.
want you on this.
We are so high-fiving.
So
I'm so here with you.
The fact that you're creating this 90-day thing is like actually hindering yourself, because you could have got over the bullshit and got through all that before 90 days.
Let us continue this grown conversation.
Okay,
Hold
come
on.
on.
Because as the woman, I so agree with him. And I also say like this. Women, when you're dating men, and once upon a time there was a girl named Erica, and before I got serious with this relationship, we were dating. There was this period where it was like, okay, everybody's doing their thing. I wasn't putting out. I had no qualms about if he was getting it from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had not become exclusive yet. We had not. So it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I was like, even if I had what I don't call a 90-day rule, I just had a time frame where I had to assess myself in the situation. Let me still do some healing before I give my body up. And first of all, if you a smart woman and you dating the right way, you setting them up, okay? You should be knowing how to date. Like, sex should be a part of the conversation, because that's A-okay to me. You know what I mean? If you're setting up a fantasy, a dream, because you know what's happening if it's time. If you know what I'm saying? Like, believe in that.
So can we break down like the basis of exclusive, right? Because it's like, it sounds like relationship, but it's not a relationship. But it's like, all right, once you get exclusive, like what are the boundaries? What are the rules? Like, because technically I'm still not yours yet.
Right.
But I can't have sex with nobody else.
Is that really what it
that's
is?
dumb.
I would say that.
To me, that's dumb. I can't be exclusive. I can never be exclusive without having a title. I can never, like, if I'm not your man, you don't call me bae or boo or whatever. If I'm not your man, I'm not exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say, well, we can talk to other people, but you're just gonna have sex with me. No, that's not gonna fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta. Is we is or we ain't. That's all. It ain't no gray area with that.
Yeah. Shout out to Tom and Jerry.
This depends on the type of man that you with also, because if that, like, an exclusivism has to be mutual. That's what makes it exclusivity, because it's mutual, right? It's not saying that that man is not going to talk to other women or put himself in situations where that can happen. But what it does mean is that emotionally, you've upped the ante. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have more of an emotional investment to you. But again, exclusively dating just means that, again, there's a heavier emotional investment in you.
Oh, okay.
But I can't really say,
You
I don't
can't
really
do-
have no say in your life, or you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Until this becomes,
That sounds like the dating version of open relationships. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, because an open relationship, your partner understands that you are sexually attracted to other people.
Hello.
And from time to time, do your thing. But that doesn't mean that you don't love them or still, cherish them. It's just the fact that you have a.
Also, can I say around this time, I still wasn't putting out.
What's a good party if there are no drinks? Better yet, imagine turning up and not having to pour your old troubles for once. Or better yet, someone else's. Now that may be a big of a problem. Well, Bougie Bartender is a licensed and certified mobile bartending service that services any event, big or small, such as bridal showers, weddings, baby showers, corporate parties, and so much more. She also specializes in making virgin or non-alcoholic beverages for minors as well. If you need a bartender for your next event, call 804-855-8787. Again, that's 804-855-8787. And also check her out on Instagram at bougie bartender _Brooke. That's bougie bartender _ BROOK. Shout out to Bougie Bartending, proud sponsor of the wildest radio show on the net, The Blacktop. Cheers.
So I'm still protecting myself as a woman, because whether or not this man is out here having sex with, other pieces of who's ever been around him, because most men will have a comfortable girl, a spare, somebody over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I respect that as we're grown. Of course you got things that you've been with for years that you could have whenever. Like, if you had them behind my back and I know that, whatever. It is what it is.
And most likely, if it's a guy that you really like,
hello.
He got options.
Sweetie, come to terms.
Yeah.
We might not got options like y'all got options, but there are options.
Trust me. And that's okay. But that's what I'm saying. Be a woman about your own salt and be on your own hustle, because at the same time, like, you can still command that shit. And once we did, you know what I'm saying? What happened? He would snatch me up. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right. Yeah, like, how you feeling? But it was easier to have those conversations once, again, I felt emotionally safe. I was able to invest myself a little bit more in those ways, and mentally. Like, it's dating is important. That's all I'm gonna say.
It is. But even I know a woman would never say, all right, well, I'm purposely waiting 90 days in order to get you the ass.
Some will.
Some will. And those who do will completely turn me off, because of the fact that now I feel like you're the woman that believes in a timetable, which is very unfair, because you're trying to time your emotions, you're trying to time the feeling, you're trying to time of where we could go or where we can advance together. That shit ain't fair, because it may happen sooner. I may feel a certain way about you sooner than later. I may feel a certain way about you later than sooner.
The girls are only trying to be realistic about their goals in a statistical way. And there's something to be said for the three rule, right? 3 months, 3 years, 3 dates. After 3 dates, if that happens within a month, you should be able to know if you like the person's company, right? After 3 months, you should be able to know if you can see yourself being with them to a degree, long term. After 3 years, you should know if you want to be married to them or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something to be said for I'm not saying that you time your emotions. I'm not saying that, but you do have to pay attention to the art of time is happening in life. Next thing you look up, it's 50 years, and they be like, well, damn, what did you do? We just stayed in love. What the hell?
Well, man, we got something similar to that. It's called 3 strokes. So they say if you think you like somebody, go ahead and masturbate. And to see if it's lusting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just be lusting. You be like, and then you be like, no, I ain't. The stuff you was texting, you like, I not even text that. I was like, what was I doing? Like, you know. So we got the 3-stroke rule.
Yeah, I want a little more. Do you get pictures? Does that help?
Yeah.
Girls, we never send the pictures. What are we sending the pictures for?
What happened is, this is what you'll do. It's how scenario. You text me like, what you doing tonight? You know, you trying to come through? And they be like, yeah, I probably can do that. And then you like, And sometimes y'all be wondering what take us so long to text back. That's the 3-stroke time.
Okay.
Yep.
And then if I feel differently after the 3 strokes,
Yep.
I'll be sitting there like, why did I even initiate this conversation? Like, what was I doing? Like, this is. Or if I still feel the same way after the 3 strokes, I know it's real. I really like this chick like that. Like, yo.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because I feel like there's a chemical imbalance in your body.
Of course.
That kind of triggers things and you just do stuff you shouldn't do. Like the dogs be humping and stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as they get it off, they ain't humping no more. They good. They're good. You know what I'm saying? But
I broke it down because it's like scientifically. Well, shout out to biology class, Petersburg High School. I see. But you know that blood rushes from your brain to your dick.
correct.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
So, in a sense, in the situation of thinking about sex, it's like you see this. Your goal is just to get that one off, pretty
Correct.
much. You know what I'm saying? But then after you come to, now you've gained a sense of consciousness about who that person you just got it off with, and it's like, I probably won't do this again. Or you know what? She pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? We can sit here and curl up and laugh.
Yeah,
and
because
joke
what
about
happens
this.
is if you do have sex with somebody and you laying there and you like, you know, take a nap, you good, lay down, you know, relax.
Right.
You need a towel, you good? Let me go get you a rag. I'll be right back. If you feeling like that, this might be the one.
Yeah.
If you like looking for her shoes and trying to find out her, you know, find the matching earring in the bed and all that,
Yeah.
it wasn't what you thought it was.
Not at all, man. So I mean,
Do women go through that? Like, do you like touching yourself can bring you back to earth?
I will say, without going into too much detail, there is something that happens where it's like when you're watching porn, let's say, all right, you're getting it off, and then afterwards you'd be like, all right, let me get back. Like,
guilt.
there's something
It's like a
that
guilt.
leaves. Yeah, like there
I'm
is this
coming to.
balance. There is this balance. After coming, you come to. Like,
There
all
you
right, okay, let me go back to work. Like, whatever it is that you gotta do.
Dang.
But yeah, no, I feel like there is that sort of, I don't know what to call it, if it's a chemical imbalance or if it's just that release.
Okay.
Something about that release that frees the mental, and then it's like, all right, sometimes you need sleep. Sometimes you can get back up and do what you gotta do.
Okay. So I guess my last question is, you know, in the sake of women coming up with this 90-day rule, is it ultimately to check yourself or to check the other person?
I think
Because I feel like some people know they gonna get caught up after getting some good dick. They gonna be like, girl, I gotta stop.
Yeah, I
right
ain't never
here."
think about that.
no,
I ain't
because
never
they're
think
gonna be
about that.
excited. They're gonna be excited about it. I don't think they're catching. I mean, that depends on the person. But sometimes my thing is this: even if you're making it to control yourself, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna control my sexual urges. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this rule on myself.
Yeah.
Even if you get it at the end of the day, or at the end of the 90 days, you're still gonna have this quote unquote sexual addiction that you thought you were controlling in 90 days with this person. Like,
Yeah.
if the sex is good and slamming too, you're gonna be like, you know, hey, what's going on?
You
Come
gonna
in
be
and
like,
hang
my
from the
dumb ass
ceiling.
waited
Like,
90 days.
you know
I
what
could
I'm
have been
saying?
getting this dick every
It
day.
makes no sense. It makes no sense. So
Getting this every day.
sometimes I feel like we project our feelings onto ourselves, while it's like you're telling yourself that, oh, I'm controlling myself. You also end up controlling that other person because you done put them through it and they've been waiting for a minute. And what if you trash for to that person?
Purple ball.
Now, I have heard that though. Like, people make an agreement with somebody, like no sex, and they do say, this is for me.
Yeah.
This is for me. So that is a thing women do, put holds on stuff for themselves. 'Cause
Yeah.
They know themselves.
And even in the sense, like, I take that back. You know what? There are some guys, and I know a couple that have literally held themselves back. But it's mostly the reason of, well, I don't want to get her caught up like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I fuck her, I'm gonna fuck her good. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it's like, man, I don't want to get her feelings caught up in how good the sex is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, you know, when I do hear it from men, it's like a warning shot for the woman. Like, all right, I'm holding you back for a purpose now. Because when I
Really wanna
get to it,
there, yeah.
change and fuck up your whole life. I've heard of y'all fuck up your whole life. And there's some women that literally,
Yeah.
boy, off the second date,
It's a real thing.
we married. I'm like, hold up now.
They all ain't trying to, why this girl liking your picture so much? Whoa.
So who is that bitch? My mama. We had a family reunion, goddamn. You
Who
see
is
the
this
picture?
girl with the same last name you got? My sister?
That bitch is too close. Man, we is family.
Yeah, it's definitely sex. I feel like that. I understand waiting, but like you said, going with the flow is much better than the actual number.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever told me a number. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna
Right.
wait 90 days. That's a straight no go. Like,
No.
Like, nah.
Now I have been in a situation of celibacy, right?
Okay.
And so a woman did say, well, I'd like to get in a relationship, and I don't want to have sex because I know me. And me, I let sex get to my head a lot, to where when I'm on all the time. So I'm holding myself back because, one, I don't want to scare you off. And number two is I want you to really understand who I am. So that way, on our wedding night, if we make it there, which is in about a year or two, then
Wow.
you'll be fully invested to me, where the sex will be that much better. But at the same time, it's like, how do you know that the sex is going to be that much better?
Correct, because we were talking about how you would feel if it was 90 days. How would you feel if it was 2 years? It's like, great, go. You go 2 years
Bruh.
and it'd be trash.
You know every porno by heart.
And it ain't going to live up to that.
you got about,
I'm telling you.
you got 48 bookmarks in your web browser. It's just the whole thing, the 90-day rule thing. It's just, I just feel like it's kind of laughable. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of comical, because at the end of the day, I just believe in if your gut feeling, and I always hear trust your gut feeling. If you feel like you won't give it up, then give it up. And if it doesn't work out, that's not nothing that sex could have saved or helped or destroyed. At the end of the day, it's based upon who you with.
Shout out to the previous world thoughts that now make people wait for
God,
sex.
no.
Like, he's like, hold on, you got 4 kids talking about I gotta wait?
Bruh.
Like, first of all, men who date guys,
Yes.
All about you.
Come
men
on.
who will date women with kids. I'm not talking about the 1 kid, not the 2 kids.
Yeah.
Like, if you got 3, 4, 5 kids and we dating, the conversation
that's a
about
rant.
of celibacy cannot come up. You gotta get that coochie up. you got 2, 3 baby daddies. You gotta get that coochie up, because you already lower. God forgive me.
You low on the totem pole?
I'm not saying you're a lower person, but realistically, men don't put you up there with the 1-child kids.
Or the no child.
Yeah, the no child, or the 1-child, the 2-child girls.
Right.
If you got 4 or 5 kids, it's like you got a great personality, but you gotta get that coochie
I
up.
know damn well you ain't waiting 90 days.
Exactly. Like, you can't come out with 90 days.
Them babies ain't even 90 days apart.
If your kids are less than a year apart, that means you didn't even wait for the shit to get sold back up before you went back in. So you come on.
He sold it for you.
Y'all gonna stop getting on these girls.
One pearl.
They trying to have
tooth.
morals and
One-
standards now. Let them have them.
And now they got all these videos out too with the childbirth. They be cutting the booty hole and everything. They be cutting out. And y'all be having kids that quick. You gotta cut up coochie and booty hole. We used to like.
I ain't got no feeling. You just you're in hopes and dreams right now, sir. Okay, all right. There's nothing there.
You know what? I'm gonna put that on Facebook. Not today though.
Don't do that. I don't want to see that ever. Not again.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna do that.
But
If you got 4 or 5 kids, no 90-day rule though.
yeah, to your point,
Just go with the flow.
there are some out here. There are a lot out here who are waiting because of past fuck ups, and that's not fair, man. That's not fair. I just feel like it's not fair because everybody's not the same. Okay, everybody ain't gonna do you the same, but at the same time, if you keep running into the same issue, maybe it's you. Maybe it's not them.
But you know what? With the social media age, 90 days ain't shit now though.
Oh no.
Because usually in the real dating world, like before social media, you had to like actually like date.
Yeah.
And now like you can like message somebody for like a whole month before you even meet them, and you feel like on your first date you know the person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't care how many kids you got. Putting a date on it like that, a time on it, is stupid. Just go with the flow, like Erica said, and just if it happened,
It happens.
it happened.
Roll with it. Roll
Let it
with
happen,
it.
Captain.
And that thing start tingling down there.
Hey, sometimes that thing know better than what you do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you better listen to your gut feeling.
You see your gut, literally.
Your gut, your nut, everything. You better listen to them feelings down there. Okay. Listen, she gon' fuck this up, but I want you. You can hear it talking to you.
Was that you talking, Erica? No, that was like, shut up.
Yeah.
You be smacking yourself down there. Shut up.
Sorry, she put no pants out here on that. Got a little bit of a cold, but
There's a meme video out there where the coochie was talking to the girl, talking about you better let him get him tonight. Y'all seen that video?
that's the 90-day conversation, huh? Don't you act up tonight, okay? All right. Be on your best behavior. Don't touch shit. You gotta talk to her like a child. Don't touch shit. Put that shit back.
It's the
What I tell you about that? Did she just hit herself?
We do have a problem though.
What?
They ain't giving us no ranch.
No ranch. Oh,
Shout out to America's worst. Hilarious, man. Well, let us know, man, how you feel out there, okay?
hey
All
Mike,
right?
if you ever
Please
before we
do.
continue,
That's a good
have
one.
you ever had somebody, a woman that's kind of like, because you know men are kind of like on that first date, the touchy feely, like trying to test, to see what they. Have you ever had a woman like that? Like just kind of like the hand style, you know,
Yeah.
start wandering.
Yeah.
And those are women that that set the rule for themselves.
Yeah.
They know how they are.
Of
You know
course.
what I'm saying? Like maybe sit there like,
And it's funny because, like, when it's them, we kind of feel like we kind of act fake, violated. Like, oh my god, I can't believe she touching me like
So
this. Like,
true.
you for real? Like, you know, with
that's all you want to do?
that's
all you wanna do?
We second guess the whole situation. You don't want.
Well, a lot of women in the dating world don't holler at men because of that. Because they make it seem like they feel like they're fast. So some women feel like by advancing with the sex first,
Yeah.
that they do this with everybody. It's gonna come off like that.
Yeah.
And they just might just want to fuck the shit out of you.
Right.
Not everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so it's just hard. First dates.
Because I know for sure if we
Bad
tried
sex.
some shit like that on a first date, we just got all touchy feely on them just out of nowhere, just and
And that would make it worse too, because the question is first date and bad sex. So if you're aggressively sexual and have bad sex,
Oh, you rapist. The raper.
that's like equivalent to the guy always talking about sex that sucks. That's sex.
I mean, got memes, got posts,
They
video.
always posted about sex.
Yeah, motherfucking trash.
Liar. Deceiver.
There's a lot of women like that too, man. You just getting so they be. I mean, the short pics and the draw pics with the draws, and they bent over on all fours, and then
Twerk videos.
Yeah, and can't work
do it like that with a dick in it.
at all.
That's equivalent to the guy coming to the basketball court with new shoes on and shit. And can't ball. They got headband on. the elbow pad and shit.
Got the jersey and the shorts to match. Yeah.
Game on 0. Mr. Layups and warm-ups.
Sweatsuit.
Yeah. Got to warm up.
Ow.
You got the breakaway warm-up pants on.
Got the Gatorade bottle with the
Nigga, is you sponsored out here?
at the park. The hell?
Is this Rucker?
Man, and them be the ones like, man, I'm left with him. Man, come on here, man. Come on, I got you. What's your name? Alphonse, man. Stupid ass name. All right, come on, check up. But yeah, man, Yeah, man. It's a whole interesting concept.
But you know, the good sex is bad too, though, because good sex is the reason why people stay in relationships they shouldn't stay in. So you really want the first time to be okay sex.
And I told somebody the other day, like,
No such thing as okay sex.
now,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There's some basic sex out there.
yeah, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I've given a half-effort dick a couple times. Okay? And that's because, like, I gotta work in the morning. It's like 11 o'clock, and I gotta get up at 6. I have job benefits, okay? I already have 5.5 points at work. If I get one more half, my ass is out of there. You know unemployment ain't gonna take care of that.
Looking like one of them TikTok things.
Oh, shit. That's a true story, though. Hey, I just want to let you know, men fake it, too. I'm just saying, you know, hey. Oh, girl, all right.
That's terrible.
Out.
Not snoring. We just talked about laughing, snoring too.
Yeah, it's like two women out here walking on this planet that think I have bad sex because of something that they said. As soon as you say you ain't giving head, my effort, my drive, my body don't act right. It's like you.
What's that Price is Right sound?
Give me like 3 of the horns.
They out here like, hey, no.
Oh, shit.
As soon as you say the word no in the bedroom, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Oh, women feel the same way.
I believe
The
it.
guy says he don't give head, he's out.
Hilarious, man. Well, let us know what you guys think out there in Blacktop Nation, all right? Subscribe to us, Blacktop TV, and let us know what you think about this whole 90-day rule concept, all right? Also, man, follow us on Instagram, The Blacktop, DABLACKTOP. Bam. Thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you don't mind, can you do us one more favor? Hit that subscribe button and also tap that bell notification. That way you're alerted about all of our live content, our live episodes, behind the scenes information, also live interviews with some of your favorite guests, and plus many more right here on Blacktop TV. Also, if you need more information about the show, follow us on Instagram, The Blacktop. That's DABLACKTOP, and you know me. Ha! I'm a poet, ain't even know it. I rhyme all the time. And that's about it.